Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is still the 28th of September and I have some more news for you today on the PS4 and the PlayStation Network. Now, as those of you in the know will already be aware, the PlayStation Network really struggled to cope with the launch of GTA 5 last week with a fair few reports of download and installation issues. There was a rather infamous error code 800-29563 popping up to basically corrupt 18 gig downloads in Eurogamer's attempts and various reports as well. Now, according to the Digital Foundry, the PSN version, which is of course entirely played from the hard drive as opposed to utilising both the disk and hard drive disk as both the disk-based copies of the Xbox 360 and PS3 version do, it is the weakest in performance terms with texture pop-in and just various lag issues compared to the disc release. Now, this has raised some understandable concerns concerning the next generation, as of course we are moving ever towards a digital future. Now, Eurogamer did catch up with the PlayStation boss Fergal Gara at Eurogamer Expo this weekend, and he admitted that Sony could do better with regards to PSN, but did vow that PlayStation 4 gamers will not experience the same kind of issues seen with GTA 5 on the PS3. And he said, quote, "First of all, it is definitely going to grow as a means of consumption, and there are big innovations in the PS4 to make it more attractive and more easy gamer-wise to want to download. The play-as-you-download functionality, for example, means you don't need the whole file before you go. This is a little bit counterbalanced by the fact that files themselves are getting bloody big. Killzone Shadowfall is an Uber file. I think it's cracking on for 50 gigabytes. It looks it too when you see it. Downloading games is still a relatively tedious process. We've done a lot of work on pre-delivering files. It's not perfect, it's not seamless." And he did actually suggest that Sony may be more rigorously testing digital versions of PlayStation games before they're released to help with any issues regarding the release, such as was seen with GTA 5. And he again said, quote, "The file version of the game versus the disc version of the game maybe needs to go through additional QA and additional testing. Some of the problems have occurred on older machines, which of course when you go into the next generation you at least get to reset and start again, everything's the same age and new. That helps, but it's a major area of focus, it's a major area of investment. The network will perform better on multiple levels because it becomes not just a sales or gaming delivery, but increasingly a social network. So it's got to be a compelling experience on multiple levels. It's going to be for no lack of investment, for no lack of effort, and for no lack of intention that things might fall a bit short. But we're definitely moving in the right direction, and I'm confident we can step on and understand its importance." Now, obviously, these issues with GTA 5 were not isolated to the PS3, and of course there were numerous people who had the PSN version that have not had any problems, but there were some issues reported on the Xbox 360 as well, and it even went so far as Rockstar actually issued an official statement basically informing gamers to not install the Play disc, because of course the Xbox 360 copy was on two discs, one with a mandatory install and one with the play disc, and if you were to install both discs then the entire game would be running from the hard drive and would result in similar problems to the PlayStation Network version. And of course a lot of trickery was involved from Rockstar to actually squeeze every last bit of juice out of both the Xbox 360 and PS3 to get such a monolith of a game as GTA 5 running on what is now of course outdated hardware for the next generation, not too far on the horizon. So there were issues for the Xbox 360 version as well, as I said, with the playlist being installed. Users experienced not only texture pop-in but lag and similar issues reported on the PSN version, and of course some people were absolutely fine, and there was even some reports of GTA 5 crashing older Xbox 360 models, the original models or anything around that time. So I think it's more of an issue of GTA 5 literally squeezing every last bit of power out of the machines and pushing them to such a limit that having it all installed on the hard drive or something else similar of that would cause texture pop-in and all of that, because, well, it's having to work twice as hard because when you have it running from two different sources, not as much is being placed on the machine in terms of strain. So hopefully the PlayStation Network will be improved for the PS4 release. Of course, we are moving ever more towards a digital future in terms of how we get our games. And of course, indie games are very much available only as downloads these days, but of course they're not big in terms of size, they're not really going to be affected by this. But when you can download games like GTA 5 or Killzone Shadowfall, which, as Fergal actually said, is 50 gigs, then you're going to potentially run into some problems with, of course, the issues that may have happened with GTA 5. Now, of course, PlayStation 4 is new hardware, but is still using the PlayStation Network to download if you're going with a digital copy, which you still may want to do for whatever reason, perhaps just your preference or what have you, and that's fine. So it's nice to know that they are definitely keeping their eyes peeled and will be improving the service, and hopefully we'll not see these similar issues popping up again for quite some time. Anyway, that is me done for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.